Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the English Growth Lab.
We are so happy to have you here with us today.
We really are. This is the place where we take, all the articles, the research, expert notes, and we just break it all down into the most important lessons for your language journey.
So how are you doing today?
To be honest, I'm running on low battery. Just a little bit tired.
Oh no, why is that? Did you stay up too late or something?
No, actually, it was an early morning disaster. I had a situation in the kitchen. I woke up feeling very ambitious. I decided today.
Yeah.
Today's the day I bake a traditional Italian cake from scratch.
Wow, that sounds lovely. Very ambitious.
It started lovely. It ended in tragedy. I was so focused on all the difficult parts, the mixing, the temperature, that I completely forgot the most basic thing.
What was it?
I forgot the baking powder.
Oh, that's crucial. I mean, that's what makes the cake rise.
Exactly. Crucial is the perfect word. I pulled it out of the oven, and it wasn't a cake. It was a weapon. It was hard, like a rock. I'm not kidding. I could have used it as a doorstop.
That is terrible. After all that work, did you just throw it away?
At first, I wanted to. I was just standing there holding this flat rock, feeling so frustrated. But then I stopped, and I looked at it, and I realized something. I will never, ever forget baking powder again. That one disaster taught me more about baking than 10 perfect cakes ever could.
That's a fascinating way to look at it. You took a total failure and found a permanent lesson in it.
Exactly. And as I was staring at my rock-hard cake, I thought, this is exactly what we need to talk about on the deep dive today.
It really is the perfect transition, because today we're looking at a topic that, honestly, it scares almost every language learner we know.
The fear of making mistakes.
Right. We're going to talk about why that fear exists and why, just like with your cake making a mess, might actually be the best teacher you'll ever have.
It's a huge topic. I think frozen is the word we see the most in feedback.
Yes.
People feel frozen. They have the words, they know the grammar, but they are just terrified of saying the wrong thing.
They freeze up because they think a mistake means they're bad at English. But the source material we're looking at, it changes that idea completely. We want to challenge you, everyone listening, to change your mental image of what a mistake is. Stop seeing mistakes as trash.
But my cake.
And start seeing them as a gold mine.
A gold mine. Okay, that's a very specific image. Let's unpack that a little, because a mistake usually feels more like stepping in mud, not finding gold.
It can feel like mud, sure. But think about how you actually mine for gold. Imagine you're a gold miner. You've got your shovel, you're digging. What's the first thing you find? Do you just hit a solid bar of gold?
No, never. You find dirt, rocks, dust, just a lot of a mess.
Exactly. You have to move tons of dirt to find one tiny piece of gold. Now let's apply this to English. The dirt represents your errors.
Okay.
It's the broken sentences, the wrong verb tenses, the awkward pauses.
And the gold is?
The gold is fluency. It's that moment you speak freely and you're understood.
I like that. So the argument here is that you can't. You literally cannot find the gold without moving the dirt first.
Precisely. You can't just teleport to the gold. If you aren't finding dirt, if you're not making mistakes, it doesn't mean you're perfect. It means you aren't digging.
It means you're not speaking enough to find the treasure? Wow, that's a powerful perspective shift. So every time I mess up a sentence, instead of thinking I failed, I should be thinking,
I am moving dirt.
I'm digging.
Yes. It is evidence of effort. It's a positive sign that you are in the mine and you are doing the work.
I think that's going to be a relief for a lot of people to hear. But before we go deeper into this gold mine, and we do have some funny personal stories to share about our own dirt.
Yeah.
We have a quick favor to ask.
We do. If you want to find more gold with us, please just take 1 second right now to like this deep dive and subscribe to our channel. And more importantly, share this with a friend. Specifically, that friend who's afraid to speak. We all have one. The person who stays silent because they want to be perfect. Send this to them. It helps us help them find their own gold.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we have the metaphor, mistakes are the dirt, but I want to get real for a second. You're the expert here. Your English is incredible now, but I have to put you on the spot.
Oh boy. I think I see where this is going.
Be honest. Have you ever had a big mistake moment, a time where you were digging through the dirt and it just felt awful?
Oh, absolutely. I have so many. Digging for gold is messy work. But there's one story that really stands out. It makes me laugh now, but at the time,
Yeah?
oh my goodness.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so picture this. It's my very first month living in London. I was new, young, and just incredibly nervous about my English. I went into this really busy cafe to order lunch. It was packed, huge line behind me, lots of pressure.
High stakes environment, yeah. The worst place to freeze up.
Exactly. And I really wanted some hot food. It was a cold day. So I decided on something simple, chicken soup. Okay, sounds safe. Soup, S-O-U-P.
Simple, right? But because I was so nervous, my mouth just didn't cooperate with my brain, my pronunciation. It slipped. I looked the waiter right in the eye, very confident, and I said, "Can I have a bowl of chicken soap, please?"
No way. Chicken soap. Like S-O-A-P.
Yes, soap. The stuff you wash your hands with.
Oh, that is hilarious. What did the waiter do? Did he just let it go?
I wish he had. He looked at me so strangely, just completely confused. And he actually paused the whole line and asked me, loud enough for everyone to hear,
Oh, no.
"Do you want to eat it or wash your hands with it?"
Wow. He did not let you off the hook.
Not at all. I felt my face turn bright red. You know that feeling when your ears get hot? I just wanted to disappear.
I know that feeling.
I grabbed my food and just ran. I told myself, that's it. I'm not speaking English for a week.
I can imagine that feeling of heat in your face. It's physically painful.
It is. But here is the fascinating part, and this goes right back to our goldmine theory. After that moment, I realized I will never, ever confuse the words soup and soup again.
Because the emotion was so strong.
Exactly. That mistake and the embarrassment, it literally burned the correct word into my brain. It was a lesson I could never forget.
Right.
If I had just read the difference in a textbook, maybe I'd forget it. But because I lived it and I felt it, it stuck.
That is a great example of how our brains work. We remember things so much better when there's a strong emotion attached, even if it's embarrassment. It's like a highlighter for your memory.
It really is. But come on, it can't just be me. You must have a story, too. I know you've learned languages.
Oh, I have a classic. This is from years ago when my grammar was, let's call it experimental.
Experimental grammar. I like that.
I was on a date.
A date? Okay, the stakes are even higher than a cafe.
Much higher. And I really liked this person. We had just finished watching a movie, and we were walking out. I wanted to start a conversation, so I wanted to say that I thought the movie was boring.
Okay, so you need the adjective ending in ing. Boring. The movie causes the feeling.
Right. That's the rule. But my grammar wasn't great. I got the endings confused. So instead of saying the movie was boring, I looked her deep in the eyes and I said, "I am very bored with you."
Ouch. You used the ed ending.
I did. I am bored. Which describes my feeling towards her.
That is a huge difference. One letter just changed the whole meaning of the night.
Huge. She looked so hurt she just stopped walking. She thought I didn't like her.
Oh, no. A disaster. How did you fix it?
I had to spend the next 10 minutes on the sidewalk explaining English grammar rules.
You're kidding.
I was waving my hands. No. Adjectives ending in ed describe feelings. Adjectives ending in ing describe the thing causing the feeling. You were interesting. The movie was boring.
Nothing says romance like a frantic grammar lesson on a sidewalk.
Exactly. It was a no moment for my heart. The date didn't go great after that. Yeah. But it was a yes moment for my English.
Why a yes moment?
Because I learned that grammar can actually change your social life. It really matters. And just like you with the soup, I never made that mistake again. I always check my id and endings now.
It's so true. These stories really show us that mistakes are memorable, they stick, but we have to acknowledge something. We can laugh about chicken soup and bored with you now, years later. But for our listeners, making those mistakes in the moment, today, tomorrow, it still feels terrible.
It does. It feels like you failed, like you hit a wall.
So we need to fix that. We need to give them some tools. The source material had some really specific, practical tips for this.
Yes. Let's get into the toolkit. How do we actually deal with the dirt while we're digging? What's the first tip?
Tip number 1 is called the detective mindset.
The detective mindset. I like the sound of that. So, like Sherlock Holmes.
Exactly. Think about how most people react to a mistake. They get sad. They judge themselves. I'm so stupid. The detective mindset changes this. When you make a mistake, don't get sad. Become a detective.
So you investigate the crime scene.
In a way, yes. You investigate the error objectively. You ask questions. Why did I say that? Was it a pronunciation issue? A translation from my native language?
You turn the emotion into curiosity.
Yes. That is the key. Curiosity is the cure for embarrassment. When you analyze the mistake, you take the power away from the shame and you give it to your brain to learn.
That's great. Stop crying. Start investigating. It creates a little distance.
Wow.
But what's tip number 2?
Tip number 2 is about what happens before you speak. It's called the brave voice.
The brave voice. That sounds inspiring. What does it mean?
It addresses the pause. You know that pause where students wait and wait for the absolutely perfect sentence to form in their head?
Oh, I know it well. They're editing the script in their mind. You want it 100% correct before they open their mouth.
Right. But here's the truth. The sources highlight. The perfect sentence doesn't exist. Not in conversation, anyway. If you wait for perfection, you'll be silent forever.
And silence is safe, but it doesn't help you learn. You can't dig for gold if you don't swing the shovel.
Exactly. You need to use your brave voice. The philosophy is simple. It is better to be understood with mistakes than to be silent and perfect.
I love that. Better to be understood with mistakes than to be silent and perfect. That should be on a t-shirt.
It really should. The goal is connection, not perfection. If you get your point across, you win, even if the grammar is messy.
Okay, so we're detectives and we're brave. What's tip number 3?
Tip number 3 is a bit scary for some people. It's the record and listen trick.
Oh, hearing your own voice. That can be painful. Most people hate the sound of their recorded voice.
It can be uncomfortable, yes, but it is so effective. The idea is just to record yourself speaking for 1 minute, talk about your day, anything, then listen back.
What are we listening for? Just our errors.
You're listening for your own patterns.
Yep.
See, when we speak in real time, our brains are busy. We're thinking about what to say next, looking at the other person. We miss our own mistakes. But when you listen to a recording, you become the listener. You're objective. You can spot things you didn't notice before.
So it's like being your own teacher. You can catch those soup versus soap moments yourself.
Exactly. And it speeds up your progress because you can self-correct and you can do it in private. No audience needed.
Very practical. Okay, and the last tip.
Tip number 4 is my personal favorite. It's laugh therapy.
Laugh therapy. This sounds fun. Is it just about having a sense of humor?
It's essential. It's actually biological. If you say something funny like chicken soap, you have 2 choices. You can hide or you can laugh.
And you recommend laughing.
Always. Here's why. When you're stressed or embarrassed, your brain releases cortisol, stress chemicals. And when you're stressed, your brain basically closes down. It stops learning.
Right, the whole fight or flight thing.
Exactly. But when you laugh, you relax. You tell your brain, this is okay, we are safe, we can try again.
So laughing literally helps you learn faster.
Yes, it keeps the brain open.
Huh.
If you can laugh at your mistake, you're more likely to remember the correction, just like I did.
I love that. Don't take yourself so seriously. We're all just playing in the dirt trying to find gold.
Exactly.
These are fantastic tips. Now, before we wrap up, we've used some specific words today that are really important. I think it's time for the word tour.
Let's do it. A quick recap of the key vocabulary.
Okay, I'll lead us through this. I'll give the word and the definition, and maybe you can give us the example sentence from our source material.
Sounds like a plan.
First word, fluency. This was the gold.
Ah, yes, the big goal.
Fluency is the ability to speak a language easily and smoothly. It's not about knowing every single word. It's about flow.
And the example from the text is, my goal is to reach fluency by next year.
Nice. Next word, embarrassed. This was the core feeling in our stories.
We definitely talked about this one.
It's that feeling of being red in the face because of a mistake, that self-conscious heat.
The example is, I felt embarrassed when I used the wrong word.
Next up, to realize. This is what happens after the mistake.
A very useful verb.
It means to suddenly understand something, to have that aha moment where things become clear.
And the example, I realized that mistakes are actually helpful.
I hope everyone realizes that today. Next word, growth.
The name of our lab.
Yes. Growth is the process of developing or getting better. It's the result of all that digging.
The example is, making mistakes is essential for your growth in English.
And the final word, brave.
Like the brave voice.
Brave means being ready to do something even if you're afraid. It's not about having no fear. It's about acting despite the fear.
That's a beautiful definition. It's about action. The example. You are very brave for practicing English today.
And it's true. Every time you speak, you are being brave.
Absolutely.
So let's wrap this up. We've talked about cakes, gold mines, chicken soap, dating disasters. But if we boil it all down, what's the one thing we want our listeners to take away?
To recap, mistakes are not your enemy. They are the dirt that leads you to the gold. You can't have the gold of fluency without digging through the dirt of mistakes. So if you're making mistakes, you are doing it right.
I love that. It just totally changes the picture from failure to progress.
It does. And we have a challenge for you.
Yes, the tiny goal. We like to give fun homework.
Here is your mission. Find one mistake you made recently. Today, last week, whenever. Maybe a wrong verb tense or a funny pronunciation.
Write it down on a piece of paper. Don't hide from it.
And next to it, write this sentence. Thank you for teaching me.
That is powerful. Thank you for teaching me.
It changes your relationship with the mistake. It makes it a friend, not an enemy.
And we want you to try this. Challenge yourself to use that word, the one you got wrong. Use it correctly in a comment below this deep dive.
We can't wait to read your thank you notes. And we also want to know, what's the funniest mistake you've ever made? Like my soap story or that dating disaster.
Oh, please tell us in the comments. We love reading those stories. It helps everyone feel less alone.
Remember, you are doing a great job.
You really are. Learning a language is a journey. It's not a race. You can do this.
See you in the next episode. Happy learning.
Bye-bye.